In today's episode, we'll explore 10 interesting facts about the fascinating country of Azerbaijan. Welcome back to FTD Facts. I'm Sarah Carvalho, and I'm excited to get into today's video about the country of Azerbaijan, officially known as the Azerbaijani Republic. The country of Eastern Transcaucasia occupies an area that fringes the southern flanks of the Caucasus Mountains and is surrounded by Russia, the Caspian Sea, Iran, Armenia, and Georgia. We'll be showcasing some pretty interesting facts today, so be sure to stay tuned in all the way down to fact number 1. Let's get to it. Starting with fact number 10. Azerbaijan is actually quite a small country, as it is roughly the same size as its neighboring countries, Armenia and Georgia. However, it is dwarfed by Turkey, Iran, and Russia, who it also shares borders with. At 86,600 kilometers squared, Azerbaijan is roughly 4 times the size of Wales. All right, let's talk about the serious love of pancakes. Kutabi, or filled pancakes, are practically Azerbaijan's national dish. Now, these are not your traditional Western pancakes topped with butter, syrup, and fruit. They're actually traditionally stuffed with ingredients such as pumpkin, veggies, meat, or just a sprinkling of herbs, and then flipped and toasted on a griddle. Unfortunately, for those of you with a sweet tooth, this means you can leave your Nutella at home. Azerbaijan's pancakes are strictly savory. For me personally, tea is never complete without milk and sugar. But have you ever considered preparing your tea with jam? Interestingly enough, Azerbaijanis partake in this practice as part of their daily tea preparations. In fact, no social occasion is considered complete without tea, served with a myriad of trimmings. Tea is usually sweetened with jam and flavored with thyme, lemon, mint, or rosewater. Furthermore, when families are matchmaking, it is believed by many that the tea tray gives a good indication of how the arrangements are progressing. If the tea is served unsweetened, this means that more negotiating needs to be done before the arrangement can be finalized. If sweet, then one can assume that the wedding is definitely in the cards. Number 7, Azerbaijan's national animal. So the Karabakh horse, renowned for its effortless speed, intelligence, and endurance, is the national animal of Azerbaijan. I found it particularly cool to learn that they are endemic to the country and one of the world's oldest breeds. Now, horse meat was also once widely eaten in Azerbaijan, but has now fallen out of favor. Today, you'll most likely find lamb and beef on the menu instead. Now, I don't know about you, but this news sounds great to me, as eating a horse meat would feel a little too much like taking a bite out of Black Beauty. Fact number 6, how do you feel about proverbs? Well, Azerbaijanis enjoy using old proverbs to get their point across in short, simple sentences that are packed with meaning and valuable lessons. Some notable examples include, cheap meat never makes a good soup, politeness is not sold in the bazaar, and I tried to draw the eyebrow, but I ended up poking the eye. Now, I spent some time thinking about each of these proverbs, and I was surprised to see how many different meanings and messages I was able to come up with that relate to how we as people navigate life. Maybe you might like to do the same and let us know what you think they mean in the comments below. Alright guys, so before we get to our next 5 facts, I wanted to take a second to tell you about our newest channel, FTD Reacts, coming to you soon. This is going to be a channel that's a little bit different than what you're used to. In this channel, we'll be reacting to some of the most popular fads, fashion, culture, and pop culture. So we hope that you'll join us. Check it out. Our video will be posted soon. Be one of the first to subscribe, and you can check out that link in the video description section. Did you know that Azerbaijan is home to a city built on stilts? Well, far out into the Caspian Sea, 100 kilometers away from the Azerbaijani capital Baku, lies one of the most incredible settlements in the world. The settlement was originally designed to be used as an oil rig with a couple of elevated walkways. Today, it is an entire stilted city. It is a fully functional city of 3,000 people living in a network of oil platforms and artificial islands connected by 300 kilometers of elevated bridges. This stilted city is named Neft Daslari, also known as Oil Rocks. It lies fully within the world's largest lake at an incredible distance of 55 kilometers from the lake's shore. It was originally built in 1949, and since then entire communities have popped up around bakeries, shops, cultural areas, hostels, and hotels. You might be surprised to know that Azerbaijan is known for its strength. How do you feel about a good old arm wrestling match? It definitely sparks memories of my elementary school days, but it certainly is not part of my daily routine today. That being said, if you find yourself in Baku, Azerbaijan's capital, you might want to limber up for an arm wrestling match. The city is home to the Arm Wrestling Federation, who hosts the country's professional league. Now, be warned, this is serious business in Baku's gyms and bars. Clearly, this sport is much more than a traditional Western lunchtime game for school-aged children. Fact number 3, don't be surprised by the funky smell. So as you travel through the country, you might be surprised to find that an eggy smell wafts through the air. For this, you can blame the volcanoes. Azerbaijan has more mud volcanoes than any other country on Earth. To be specific, it has more than 400 of them. When its volcanoes erupt, the flames can shoot up to a kilometer into the air. But when dormant, they bubble and pop with noxious gases, hence the aroma of sulfuric eggs welcoming you in the streets. How cool would it be to float through the capital? Of course, I don't mean literally float as in floating in the air like a balloon. Instead, I was excited to learn that Baku is also home to Little Venice, a community built around man-made waterways that flow between shops, restaurants, and entertainment venues. The waterway has a number of islands connected by bridges and walkways, but the best way to get around is by gondola. Now, I don't know about you, but the thought of floating around on the waterways as I complete my daily shopping sounds lovely. Unless, of course, it's accompanied by that sulfuric, eggy smell. Then I might have to rethink that a little bit. And bringing us down to our last fact of today, bread is actually a sacred food. So traditionally in Western culture, when bread grows stale, that's a sign to throw it out or grind it up into breadcrumbs for future recipes. However, Azerbaijani cooks don't just throw away bread. Instead, they hang it up in bags separate from the rest of the garbage to signify their respect. In fact, it is believed by many that if you drop bread on the floor, it is custom to kiss it as an apology. I mean, as a bread lover, I can definitely relate to this. There have been some breads that I have encountered in my lifetime that almost seemed too good to eat. Almost kissable. Well, that is all for today's video on 10 interesting facts about Azerbaijan. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about this small but definitely unique country. I know I can say that I had a lot of fun putting this video together for you, and found these facts to be quite engaging and thought-provoking.